Box, Bitcoin approaching its previous high of $73,000 and change, but the big crypto story today appears to be Ether. It is jumping. A lot of optimism over the possible upcoming approval of a spot ETF. What appears to be driving that action? Let's find out if that's the case. Joining us right now, Michael Novogratz, Galaxy founder and CEO. It's the question of the morning, Mike. Is that the answer? Mike, we're going to try you again. I think we're struggling to get your audio. I was worried that maybe my audio had fallen out here in Paris.
No, that was mine.
Here you are.
My
You're back.
button had been turned red.
You hit mute. It's only
now?
been a couple of years since the pandemic. No worries. Yes, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Listen, ETH is a lot higher in the last 24 hours on speculation that the ETF is coming. Step back a little bit. What seems to have happened is, Donald Trump 2 weeks ago got on stage and said, "I'm the crypto president." And it was on the same day that Joe Biden had threatened to veto a relatively obscure piece of legislation that the SEC had put through, a rule on accounting, saying that crypto assets in custody needed to be held on balance sheet. And that kind of set off a firestorm where it almost became a purity test, like Republican, good for crypto, Democrat, bad for crypto. And I think the Democratic regime woke up and saying, this is crazy, right? There are more crypto owners in America than there are dog owners, right? We have 85 million people that own crypto, and a lot of them are single issue voters. And the Democrats looked like they were the party against dogs. And so you've seen a pretty dramatic change. First of all, you had 9 senators cross the aisle and 21 congressmen on the SAB 21. And so that's passed, the repeal of that, and it'll go to Biden's desk. We'll see if he vetoes it or not. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, what seems to be a complete about face with the SEC on the ETH ETF. And, listen, I don't have any inside info other than talking to people in the markets, and we'll see. We do have an ETF in registrations. I got to be a little bit careful. But assuming, the market is right, and the market's usually pretty smart, it feels like someone at the Biden White House made a call and said, guys, we can't be the party against crypto anymore. And I think that's a seismic shift, because if those things actually happen, prices are going to be much higher than here.
So you're speculating that a phone call was made from the White House to Gary Gensler's office, and Gary Gensler, who has, for the most part, as you know, been relatively opposed to these instruments. In fact, he was opposed to the Bitcoin ETF until a court told him otherwise. You think he's going to do it, quote unquote, voluntarily, or maybe pseudo voluntarily, if in fact the president's telling him otherwise?
I am sensing a widespread shift amongst Democrats that don't want to let crypto be a big election issue, right? The crypto super PACs have raised over $150 million, and they have targeted Sherrod Brown and John Tester, elections that matter dearly to Democrats in swing states, in vulnerable Senate seats. Crypto should be bipartisan. And quite frankly, for our industry to do well, it needs to be bipartisan. And it has been really Elizabeth Warren and a small group of people that has kind of held the Democrats hostage on this. And what the Senate broadly said, Chuck Schumer, being the Senate leader who voted to overturn against Elizabeth, was enough. Like, this is becoming dumb. And Mike, so I'm sensing a real shift.
You talk about You talk about the industry doing this as if they're separate from you. You've been a big supporter over the years of President Biden. I don't know if you still are, but how much are you part of this effort?
Listen, I've had a real view that this needs to be bipartisan. So I've been meeting with Democrats and Republicans equally, trying to both educate. On the Democratic side, I've been trying to talk sense. I was like, guys, this could be the biggest own goal of the last 6 years. There is no reason to make crypto, which is a technology, a political issue. And I think hopefully that message is starting to resonate.
Right. Mike, on another topic, I wanted you to weigh in. You saw that the head of Grayscale, which really led the case to bring Bitcoin to become a public ETF, they are switching out the top person. Do you have a view about that and what happened there? I think there's a lot of folks on Wall Street that have been trying to understand it.
Listen, the whole digital currency group, right? Barry Silbert's entire group with Genesis and Grayscale and all his businesses made a lot of mistakes. Right, Genesis in bankruptcy, DCG being under indictment both in New York and I think with the feds. And so I'm guessing cleaning house and putting new people in charge to clean up the one asset that they have that has a lot of value is probably what the genesis of that was. Do they put it up for sale to pay off some of the other problems? Who knows? My guess is probably yes. Right? It's a shame, right? That had been one of the stalwart businesses of the crypto space, and like a lot of others in 2021, made a lot of dumb decisions and have left themselves in a compromised position.
Well, Mike, it seemed to me that the great irony of all this is that Grayscale was the one that actually led the charge to become public, if you will, and to get the approval and to take it to a court effectively. But the winner of all of this is not them. In fact, it's BlackRock, probably you and others. Well, listen, the 100% we would not have had the Bitcoin ETF without that lawsuit. At least that's my view. And so we all are in debt to that effort. Barry Silbert and his whole team get a nod there. Listen, they made their own bed, and I feel bad for them, but I don't feel that bad for them because they made their own bed, and they made a bunch of mistakes. Almost more importantly was Larry Fink getting engaged because he represents institutional. Like, people have been asking about, we're finally going to get legislation. I was like, the government already said crypto's an institutional asset, and lots of the biggest players have said it. And so now it's catch up for these guys to give us regulation and to put the rails around the whole crypto ecosystem to allow it to thrive. But I am far more confident today than I was 6 weeks ago, even, that in some short period of time, we're going to have crypto legislation and a much bigger participation. Listen, that's a two-edged sword. For me, it means headhunters are going to be calling my guys from the Goldman Sachs's and the Citibanks. But you watch 24 months from now, you will have a much bigger participation in our space. Well, okay, so if that is the case, let's talk about what you see as the upside downside now, right now, for example, on Bitcoin, and we'll use that as the proxy for the rest of the space, if you think that makes sense. We've obviously seen a lot of volatility. There was a point where it really actually come down somewhat, I think, actually lower than you had anticipated. I don't know if that's the case, and whether you think now there's been some consolidation at a $71,000 level. Do you think that holds? Do you think we're on some kind of new roller coaster ride upwards? How does this all shake out in the next, call it, 12 months? I had said literally just a week ago on some station that I thought we were 55, 75 until either the Fed starts cutting rates, which I don't see in the short term, or we get regulatory clarity. And this regulatory advancement probably is enough to take us to the old highs. We'll see. If it gets a little bit better, we'll take out 73 and then who knows where we go, 85, 90, 100. But this is a big deal. If it all pans out the way the tea leaves look like they're falling, we could have just this much of a win and then settle back in. But these are always narrative stories that need fuel for momentum, and this is a big part of it. And so if the regulatory advancement keeps happening, you're going to see Bitcoin much higher. Fair enough. Mike Novogratz, always good to talk to you about these issues, especially when they're in the headlines the way they are this morning. Thank you again. Becky. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching this channel. Of course, sometimes live we have some issues, and I just had some problem with my desktop presenter. So anyway, let's make this long or short video. So over here now, you guys looking at my strategies. Then I put it for this week for earnings. So you have BOX, CAVA. It just went earnings. Like I was predictable. CAVA didn't move much. Pretty much only down 0.64%. They say they beat top and bottom, nice guidance and everything. Something with the cash flow that's the problem. But as far as I'm concerned, but other than that, the earnings was pretty good. So it didn't move. It moved a little bit. It went down 7%, but then recuperated. So finished the night on a pause market at only 0.64%. I think it's gonna be like that towards the end of the Friday. So the original play over here in CAVA would be this one, but then I realized this one's for a month. It's like 24 days, the June 21st for the monthly. So I don't think this price is gonna be holding inside this range close to the expiration, the 21st. I think this is gonna move way up, or maybe you're gonna correct again on $73, something like that. It's not gonna be inside the 2%, 3%, or I think it was I think I saw here 10% play. It's gonna be higher than that either way. I think the way it rebounds, I think it's gonna be for the upside. Okay, I think this they try to push this stock as Chipotle, so I think CMG. I think they're gonna try to push this on that price. So it didn't move much. So close at this 82.40. So then we have box. Box kind of like same thing. Actually, let me bring CAVA for you guys. So that's the 1 hour. So print this candle right after earnings, and then price still the same. It went down close to 75, went up to 87, stayed the same. I knew it is gonna be like that. That's the reason I opened this long call condor. What I just did, I opened the second one for the 31st, because that's what I think the price is gonna be all the way by 8% up, or like we hit like this morning. I mean, actually this afternoon on the 5.5% down, maybe. But I believe it might more go upside because we're still in the bull market. So 8%, $89. If you break this 87.50, we go to 89, and this is gonna be profitable. That should be the play for the 31st, not for the 21st, the June 21st. It's like too much, but it's $200 play, $600.22 max loss. Max profit is $377. So like the total play gonna be like somewhere around 600. Chance of profit right now is 53% on this play. You might be able to post this tomorrow the way it is. So it's a 72 call buy, 100 call buy, 78 call sell, 90 call sell. So you sell 2 calls, you sell 2 buy, and this call long call condor. It's like a neutral one. So then box, same thing. So I did it like because I think this would be like bad. Actually, it went up, but then actually finished flat. This one, I did 2 plays. Did like a strangle. I did the June 21st 25 long put, but that one was only $90, so I grabbed 3. So for that we have a 277.50, 38% of chance of hit this one. And the second play is the one somebody posted on the option strat. Is the box January 17, 2025, 27 long call. As you can see, this was the original one, 270 to lose 270. 25% of chance of profit. It down 10% at 27.50. So that's the two plays. So this would be up somewhere around $48, because in this case I probably would have closed this one, at least two, maybe, I don't know, if it would be like some type of play. And let's take a look. Oh, thought I had it. So box, that's what we had, this big like weak candle. It's just crazy. Hit all the way up here on the top at 27, 13, 27, 29. I think the high in this one 27.50. So and then drop back again, finish the day $25.04, down 1% for the day, kind of break even. It traded right in this buy position over here, so I don't know, but it doesn't look good. Look like a head and shoulder situation. The bottom would be this one, 23. See the weekly. No, actually can go down to $10, all the way down to $10 maybe. Okay, so and then everything else for tomorrow morning, we're gonna have a Dow, I think Dollar General, tick seems funny good. In the afternoon we might have the MongoDB, Marvel, I think Zscaler, and the following day we have a Burlington, Costco, moving forward. And so what this do? 74 went down 2%. Jesus Christ. Can't win in that one. So let's take a look now on my plays. Luis play. So Amazon 170 long put. I don't know what this over here, but I called this one. I closed at $8. I made $2 profit. I would have closed at 10, but then it took too long. So this one down $15. I need to find out how much I'll pay for this. I don't know. I don't think it's $30. I don't know if it was $30. It's like $10. We're gonna double check in that one. And this one, it was a boomer. Man, let me tell you something. This one I can go back, but I'm gonna check it out, see how much it went up and a high. Actually, let's go. And let's log in on my Robinhood account. Should have made a little bit the math a little bit better. But actually I saw something on Burlington that I didn't like. 2 bets. They're probably gonna keep the price on a 208, which is like not gonna help me. Because if you're thinking stock move already on the last Friday at 7%. So I don't know if let me see, 118. Damn. think I put it for 180. I think I lower for 130. How much I got this one? At 186. This option, the 527 put for today, now tomorrow, the 29, it went up 118. So $12.10. See here. What time is this one? 12:10, 12:10, 15, 12:10, 36. Oh, maybe this one. $106, 83. One. All right. Got a little too early. All right, guys. Pretty much it. Let's see tomorrow how it goes, and we keep doing these videos for you guys. But my probability, the ones that I actually possible plays, so CAVA I'm gonna see tomorrow, both, because I think this one should be the good one, not this one. It's too long. It's down $100, so 50%. I think the good play, this one might be printing tomorrow. 25 long put for 21st. This Burlington, I have to close this, unfortunately, because this is not gonna move. I don't know. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video.